Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adelaide and I'm a business coach. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how to make a sale. And that because I get all that, I think at least 3 times a day, I'm getting a question where they're asking me how they can make sales, they launch their new e-commerces, but they don't get as much as they're wishing to be getting. Or sometimes they have people buying the most affordable product, but they don't buy the one from the a bit of expensive range. So I just kind of felt like this is something we had to discuss about. We had to talk about, okay, we had to talk about this and trying to really see what is the problem, what is going on, and how can you make sure you don't make those mistakes again. Now, when I get this question, what I do is that usually if it's on Instagram, I can just click on the name of the username. I'll go through the business page and I'm always surprised to see the main 3 issues, which are lack of planning, lack of marketing, and not such a good content. So for you to make sure you're able to get sales through the internet for your online business, you want to make sure you have a plan in place for marketing, okay, for your content, and also for how you would like to keep on run how you like to keep on running your online business. Now let's get straight into it. I'm going through the content of these people around these businesses, and what I'm saying just then talking about the product. Okay, they have it available, what colors, what flavors, the price, how they can get it, and then how they are being directed back onto the link on the bio to make a purchase. Now, as a customer, I need to know a little bit more about your brand. Okay, we don't buy products, we buy brands, we buy people. So before you actually get me to open my wallet, you need to tell me exactly a little bit more about yourself. What should I buy from you? What kind of problems you are solving with your own product? Why should I care? And you want to make sure that your content is actually resonating with my own problems. Now, if you already have me as one of your followers, then that should make your life a little bit more easier, because that tells you that I may be interested in what you have. But now the issue is that, are you creating content that's making me ask you questions? Are you creating content that's making me share content with other people? Are you creating content that's relevant to my needs and also relevant to your own business? Are you just asking me to buy from you? Because that's the case, then it's going to take you a very, 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 very long time to actually get a sale from me. And that's kind of how it works with everybody on the internet. No matter what you're selling, whether you're selling hair bundles, you're selling clothing, shoes, accessory, skincare products, anything, you want to make sure your content is resonating with your customers, with your target audience. Now, how do you do that? Ideally, before you launch your business, you have a business plan where you've written down very clearly exactly who you're targeting. Who are your customers? Who are these people? What do they need? What are the pain points? What are their frustrations? Why would they need what you're selling? And also, how are you making sure your products are solving these problems? Okay. So let's say, for example, you're mainly looking into skincare products and you're looking into mainly helping out women to fight hyperpigmentation, acne, eczema, and that kind of stuff. Now, what is the active ingredient of your product? Maybe you could tell me it could be shea butter, aloe vera, it could be anything. Okay, so these are all things I need to know a bit more about your business, because you actually allow me to get to know a bit more about your brand, what you use it for your products, and also you need to make sure you're quite knowledgeable about your products. So all these active ingredients, what exactly are they going to be doing to my own skin? Why is this important for me to know as me being your customer? Let's say, for example, but guys, I don't know anything about skincare, okay? So I might be chatting a little bit of crap now, but just to kind of make sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Let's say, for example, you're telling me that your product, okay, is gonna help me to fight eczema. Now, because it's got the active ingredient of aloe vera that contains a special minerals, special vitamins, and because of that, they're going to be really ideal for my skin and I don't know, for my layer underneath my skin and etc. So if you're talking about my own product and you're highlighting what I know I have as a problem and you're showing me why you could be solution to my own problem, then already your content is resonating with me. All right. So whatever you're creating content, ask yourself, is this going to help me to get people to trust me? It's going to help me to get people to share my content. Is it going to help me to get leads to ask me questions? Are they going to be my DM to find out a little bit more what else I have available? Are they going to click link on my bio to at least start browsing my product pages and then potentially looking into buying anything? These are all things you got to ask yourself, okay, to make sure that you're creating content that will help you to propel those customers, those leads, to eventually make a purchase. At the end of the day, making a sale, okay, I mean, making a sale is obviously the number one goal of all of us business owners. But when you start a business, you should have a bit more of a stronger motivation behind it. Usually, it should be maybe it could really be anything, but there are things you want to talk about, especially within your business, that will help you to stand out from the crowd. You can't just focus in trying to make some money, because if that's your only goal, your customer will hear that, and then somehow with your content you start shouting, you start saying people buy this, buy that, it's available. But instead you should kind of be telling a story. Okay, you should kind of really have fun the way you talk about your business and your product, and don't only focus in showing your products. Okay, front, back, left, right, fair enough, we know what you're selling, but we want to know a bit more about your business. Who are you as a founder? Why is this so important to you? What have you experienced within your own life that made you want to start your own business to solve these problems? Did you also did you also struggle with eczema? Did you also Are you also a hairstylist that loves to provide hair bundles or high quality to your customer because you've seen them coming to you with very low quality bundles? Whatever is the case, you need to talk about that to your customer, to your list, because you need to make sure they feel comfortable to buy from you. You got to make sure they feel okay to open up the wallet, okay, without knowing you, without seeing you from anywhere, buy your product, and then start hoping they receive the item as soon as possible. So if I go through your page and all I'm seeing is just your product up and down, you telling me what is that, and how many you got available, in what version, and how I'm gonna get it, then it's gonna be really, really hard for you to get any sale. Your content should help you to create engagement, okay, to get people to like you, to get people to contact, to engage with your brand, okay, to comment, to share it, and to potentially amplify your potential to get a sale. So that's visibility. And that's literally what people say content is king. And it really is king. Because it's literally like you having a brick and mortar shop and you having your glasses out there with mannequins wearing your clothing. That is the content that's going to help you to attract people into your store. Now, once they get inside the store, it becomes a lot more interactive, because already they can see sales assistant here and there. They can ask them questions, which will help them to increase their trust. They can see the rails with the clothing, and again, it's also the whole checkout process is a lot more quicker, because once they pick the clothing, they can just go straight to the till to pay, and they can leave. Now, with your line business, it's a lot more different. You have your line store, you have your homepage, you have your product pages, you have your return pages, your exchange policy pages, your sizing chart pages, your review page, and etc. So what that means is that your customers can easily get lost while they're in your store. Now, it becomes your own job as a business owner to make sure that nothing gets lost in there, and everything's clearly layered out. So they should go into your homepage. They should be able to see your bestsellers. They should be able to see all your policies right at the end of the page in your footer. They should be able to see the different menus. Okay, so home, shop, contact us, about us, and etc. So whatever is it that you know is going to help you to propel these customers to go ahead with the journey and make a purchase should really be in your homepage. But remember, you can never go straight on to try to promote a sale, because when you do that, you tend to actually push people away. They feel a little bit uncomfortable, and even us human beings, we don't like to be sold to. I don't like to be sold to. I don't like it. If I want something, I can see. I can see from your Instagram page what is it that you're currently selling. But if you actually allow me to have a different taste of your brand, okay, again, let me know what else you care about apart from selling your items. What is important to you? Are you all about sustainability? Are you all about trying to promote the Black Pound? Are you all about trying to promote the work of African workers? Okay, I forgot what the word I was looking for. African artisans, sorry. So you're trying to promote their own work? Is it because of your party? Is it because you come from any of these African countries? Why is it so important to you? We want to know what's your branding story, okay? And then you're going to put that onto your About Us page. You want to make sure you talk about that on a daily basis. Because if you don't tell us, we won't know. And if we don't know, we don't get to know you, and we don't trust you enough to buy your product. That's the bottom line. For example, look into Tom. They do I forgot the name of the shoe they also do. I'm forgetting a lot of things these days, guys. So yeah, looking into Toms, for example, okay. So they are a sustainable brand. They mainly create um what was the name of the particular shoe? And the creation of some type of shoes, guys, I'll leave the link in my description. I can't remember right now what's the name of the shoe. But what I'm trying to say is that they're mainly based in America, and the owner, what's happened is that he's gone to Brazil for some holiday, and I was surprised to see how poor some favelas were, which is at the poorest area in the main cities in Brazil. So now, because of that, every 10%, I think it is, of the sale of the pair of shoes goes straight onto promoting education and a better welfare for the Brazilian kids. Now, they do talk about that a lot, even on the Instagram page, okay? They talk about the fact that you're actually actively helping the education of less privileged people in South America. And you can imagine what kind of impact that has on the consumer, because they feel they're not just kind of buying for their own good, but they're actually actively helping people on the other side of the world. And that is very, very powerful. Now, I'm not saying you have to have a charity reason behind your brand, but I'm saying it definitely does help to have some type of reason that goes beyond you just making a sale. It needs to be close to your heart. It needs to be close to you as a person, to your branding story, or to your own story as a person. I want to make sure people are aware of that, because that will help you to stand out from the whole, market. Okay. And again, when people feel some type of affection, should I say, between around towards your own brand, you're making it a lot more easier for them to buy your stuff eventually. But it starts by you talking about it and always being consistent as well. Now, I said to you guys, the main three issues about making a certain new business owner are content, marketing, and planning. So you need to plan about everything. Plan your content, plan how you're going to be getting people onto your website, plan what kind of videos, picture you're going to be showing. You can be putting on some behind the scenes video. Maybe maybe it could be you as a founder talking about your brand. It could be pictures of your product once in a while, but not all the time. It could be pictures of customers or lifestyle pictures of people using your items. So then that way you're helping potential customers to imagine what it's like to use your stuff. It could also be just pictures with text where you're talking about a little bit more what you have available and why it is important to them. Okay, so you need to make sure that whatever you do is resonating with the customers and makes sense with a very particular type of person, because you're not advertising to everybody out there that can actually pay for you. You're advertising to only the people that need you, people that have the pain point that you are after, people that have the frustrations that you can solve with your business. Any business has a very particular type of course you can actually advertise to. I would say just one, maybe about 2 or 3 different profiles, but every business definitely knows who they're targeting to. And I'm not referring to only just you knowing their demographics, so their age, ethnicity, what kind of job they do, but also the psychographics. What makes them buy online, okay? What do they hang out on social media? Why is it important to you? Why would they need your product? Why would they need it? In what circumstances? You have to make sure you think about all this information when you plan how to make a sale. And whatever you do within your business, it requires some planning. It does. Also, I've seen people mainly rely on using Facebook and Instagram, any social media platform to get sale. And again, that's a mistake, because social media and Instagram has a continuous continuous number of people that become visible to your business. But people that are in your email list or in your text list or any other platform they can speak to on a weekly basis, they're more powerful because they are part of your email list because they chose to be, and they can just be getting emails from you on a weekly basis. So when they get emails from you on a weekly basis, it becomes a lot more easier for you to build that relationship between your brand and your customers. But it becomes your own job to make sure you're always sending out those emails. You're always talking to them, you're always telling them you got this available, you got that available, you got discount code, whatever. Before you post anything on social media about a new product, people in your email list should find out about it sooner before anyone else. Ideally, you also kind of want to find a way to actually also subcategorize the people in your email list depending on what they're buying, depending on when they signed up to your list, depending on if they add an item to the cart but they have abandoned, depending on whatever action they took within your business. You should find a way to also categorize them and then sending out emails that are relevant to them. Because if you send an email that's not relevant to these people, they will just unsubscribe, and that is you losing a potential lead. Okay, so your email list should also be a very good source for you to get sales eventually. Usually, most of the times when you just launch your business, you're more likely to get sales from people your email list than any other platform. And that's because ideally you'd actually try to build that before you launch your business. You that create a relationship. They're aware of you, they know you're about to launch, and it becomes 10 times easier to kind of just get them to buy from you from your email list. All right, so it's good to have social media, it's good to use Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and so on, but make sure you got some plan in place for all these platforms, and make sure whatever you do is intentional. Okay, and don't just go in there to start your business just because you need some money. I understand that's the case, but for the customers it needs to be more than that, because there's millions of brands on social media. There are so many brands out there, and it's kind of really all down to them buying only from people that they trust, people that they be recommended to them, people they've seen as well. Sometimes you see brands being very good using Facebook ads, and that's because there's the ad that goes to them being targeted based on their own action that they take when they're on the internet. And then they can also create a targeting ad, which means they have visited a particular website, particular link, and a particular URL, but they have exited and not made the purchase. And now that particular brand has created another targeting ad to try to get them back onto their own website. So if you keep on seeing a brand with an ad popping up at least once a day, then eventually you actually want to find out a bit more about them. You will click on their own pages, you see what kind of content they are posting, and in no time you will start following their own journey. You click the button follow, and then you now start thinking, okay, cool, I'm gonna become this person audience now. Let me see what they have to talk about, let me see what else they may have in store. So even though they're thinking in that way, what will attract customers is to find out a bit more about your brand, about what else is important to you, why do you start your business, what's your brand story, why should they care, all right? So all that information is really important, and you have to make sure you're somehow incorporated within your content. Now, let's talk about content, guys. I don't care if you're getting your product from AliExpress or Alibaba, but you must not use those pictures. Okay, you shouldn't do that at any circumstances for your own business. You should take some time out to create your own content. And I'm not saying you need to hire a photographer, a studio, a makeup artist, a hairstylist. No, you don't need to do any of that. But at least put the effort to maybe at least create some picture yourself, whether with yourself, just buying a ring light and just place your phone and start taking some pictures. You can do that. Or if you can get some friends to appear, that's also amazing. All right, make sure they're actually wearing the items, and make sure your customers are able to see what it's like on people that pictures that they're not seeing anywhere else. Because if they're using a picture from this website, my guess is that they must have seen it from loads of other backgrounds and from loads of other platforms, and that will make it a lot more harder for them to trust them and to believe if it's okay for them to use or not. But if they can actually see those items, your product, worn on normal people, maybe on mannequins, maybe on different background, that could be in your house, that could be outside your house, lifestyle pictures, studio pictures. So all that content will really help you to bring your customer closer towards you. Okay, that's kind of really how it works. But you need to make sure that you're actively working in getting people and actively working, making sure your content is up to scratch. So I don't want to be seeing picture with very low lighting. I don't see pictures where maybe I'm only seeing half of the body. I understand if you're mainly just selling trousers on top, you're thinking that you need to see the whole body. But when you're selling a cloth, okay, whether that's a dress, whether there's a pair of dress, there's a pair of trousers, a dress, a blazer, whatever that is, it sells more if you can show your customers a whole outfit. Because in that way, you're giving the chance for them to really imagine what it's like to wear it, than you just focusing in just selling that little item. Because again, you're not just selling products, you're selling a lifestyle. And people buy because of lifestyles or because of people. If I want to, if I want to buy, if I want to buy some food on the internet, right? I don't want to see the little bag or whatever it is I want to buy. If let's say I want to buy some pasta, I don't want to see some dry pasta in a box. I want to see a whole meal of pasta carbonara or Alfredo or anything like that. So in that way, I'm able to actually see what pasta could look like once it has been cooked. Even though I know what it looks like, just gonna see the picture on social media makes it a lot more easy for me to go straight to the website and buy that particular pasta. And then I also go and look for recipes on YouTube, on the website, on how I can create what just seeing it on their own website. Because again, that actually really helps me to understand how I can create, how I can cook what already I love. Okay? So it's very, very important to really think about your content really deeply before you even launch your business. I've seen marketing. I And what I can say to you guys is that there's not only Instagram in this world to make a purchase, okay? Marketing doesn't mean you gotta just keep on posting your picture all the time. Marketing really means that you attempted to get more leads, more awareness, more people to drive your sales and just to kind of really grow your brand in general. So marketing could be done in many different ways. Let's say focusing mainly on using Instagram. Instagram has now over 6-7 features they can use for it, okay? For example, excuse me, you can create an IGTV, which is a YouTube version for Instagram. Excuse me. What that means is that you can actually create a video of up to 60 minutes, I think it is now, where you can just talk about your brand. You can show some models walking up and down wearing your items. You can create an online fashion show. Do it. Go ahead, do that. You can also look into creating just posting pictures or carousel. With carousel, you have the option to post up to 10 pictures all in one go. Okay, you can also, what else can you do as well? You can also create content on your Insta story, and if you get up to 10,000 followers, you have the swap up option to eventually link your website and making it a lot more easier for people to come and check out what you have available. But if you don't have up to date just yet, it's okay. Keep on working hard to really improve your engagements on Instagram, and reply to comment. You not just like, and then making sure you're trying to build some engagement about 30 minutes before you post your pictures. So in that way, more people are seeing your content, become more visible, and it becomes just a lot more easy to eventually just grow the number of your followers. And again, with Instagram, you can also create, you can also be very careful with your feed. You have the option, with your bio, you have the option to enter your link in there of your website, and making sure that also the picture on your bio says something about your business. All right, that could be your logo. I don't really advise it, but people do that. And that could be your logo. That could also be a picture of a module, anything. It really helps you to get a bit more followers, a bit more understanding of what you're selling. Put that in your bio, because before anybody follows you, they spend about 3 seconds to go through your bio, your picture there, your link, and your very first 9-12 pictures. So whatever you're posting there needs to be very intentional. I need to tell a story to your customers, not just I buy, I sell this, I sell that. No, that's not enough. Talk about your brand, show behind the scenes, show videos, okay? Show models wearing your items. Show maybe about 10 different ways to use your items, or 5 or 2 or 3. Really have fun with the content, and focusing you understanding that you need to make sure your customer feel comfortable and relaxed to spend their money on your brand. Marketing is not all about only using Instagram. Marketing also includes so obviously content marketing, which is about Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. Email marketing, so that'll be you using email to send out content to your email subscribers. Text marketing, which is a bit similar to email, but it actually involves texting people to their mobile numbers. You got that as well. If you want to look into doing offline marketing, that will be using billboard. That could be you going around cities to attach some flyers around the post buses, but the buses stops. Sorry, the bus stop. Yeah, the bus stops, and that could also include you just kind of going around your neighborhood with flyers to give out to your neighbors by the doors. You could also do that. But nowadays I wouldn't do much offline marketing, just because I feel that internet really helps me to reach more people. I think it's quicker, and a lot more easier for me to just kind of measure, making sure that I know I'm getting as many people as possible to get to know about my business. Now think about this. All of these tools, so your email marketing channel, text marketing, content marketing, Instagram, posting videos, IGTV, stories, YouTube, TikTok, and all of that, they are all entry marketing channels. All right. So what that means is that they don't actually help you to make it sell straight away, but they help you to place a potential lead in front of your brand. And then now, the more you create, the more content you create, the more you talk about your business, the more likely they become to actually buy your products. That's kind of really how it works. You got to be patient because it doesn't take only 1 or 2 days. It may take 3 days. I've seen people buy from me within 3 days. I've seen people buy from me even the very first day they log into my website, and that's because I'm mainly using Facebook ads to get more visibility. And I've seen people actually taking up to 24 days before buying anything. The reason why I know this is because I use Shopify, and whenever someone makes a purchase, you can click on the person profile, and it shows you what kind of page they first visited, what day they did, and how long it took them to go ahead and make a purchase. So those numbers help me to understand what I can do moving forward to somehow decrease the amount of time they take to make a purchase. Maybe I need to be adding the return policy in front of each page. I've done that, for example. That really helped a lot. Maybe I need to be adding the postage details on the product pages. Whatever is the case, maybe my website is too slow to load. All right, so all that information will really help me to, so just kind of knowing how long they take to buy a purchase helps me to understand what I need to do moving forward. Okay, so super duper important. If you want to make a sale, make sure you're planning your content, your marketing to the T, and you want to make sure you're being very, very intentional. And don't just focus on you selling your item because you got me some money and that's available. No, no, no. We don't keep it available. Okay, you got to make you got to make me wanted, and that's why people sometimes just buy for the sake of buying. The brand has had a very strong impact on these individuals, and they don't even know it. I have friends, literally buy up to like 5 weeks on a daily basis from a brand because she was just kind of happy with the content, and she kind of just responded to it. That's kind of really what it was. So people don't really buy because they need something. They buy because something about the brand struck them. Okay, it could be the brand story, it could be the picture, it could be the videos. Something about them just kind of struck them, and that they keep on buying because of that reason. That's the bottom line. So you're just thinking, oh, they're buying because they need to buy from me because they need this. Is not good enough. They may not. So in case they don't need it, what else can you say? What else can you do to make them want to buy this? All right. Okay, cool. So we found this video helpful, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Let me know if you got any question in the comment box down there. All right. Thank you. Bye.